Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm Megan the Elf. I don't know why I'm talking so high.
I was like, what the hell was that? Welcome to Keto Wizards Thanksgiving.
Welcome to Keto Wizards. I'm May.
I'm Brian.
And today we are going to do something super fun and maybe a little challenging. We're going to make a turkey.
Yay.
I am looking, as we're filming this, it is Thanksgiving 2020. And no matter when you plan to watch this, you'll probably look back fondly on 2020 or not. But what I am learning is that this year there are going to be a lot of people making turkeys for the very first time because extended families are not going to be together as much. So I'm going to do something super simple for you. If this is your first time ever making a turkey, it will work, I promise. The first time I ever made a turkey, I used this recipe, and look at this recipe.
It looks well used.
It's got oil and
Stains.
stuff. I printed this out in 2009. This recipe doesn't exist on the internet anymore, but we're gonna put it below for you. Super simple. What we're gonna do today is what is called a beer butt turkey. Now, we're on a keto channel, and normally we don't explore beer on a keto channel, do we?
No, not usually.
Not usually.
We're not drinking it, we promise you. We're not drinking the beer, it's okay.
But it is going to bring so much flavor and moisture to your turkey, and it also is going to let it self-base. So if this is your first time ever making, have you made a turkey before, Brian?
I have made my fair share of turkeys, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and they've not all turned out well. I've had, yes. In fact, I would say that probably one of the worst experiences I think I've ever had with a turkey was, okay, so we decided as a family that we were gonna go like camping for Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, we thought it was gonna be this great idea to cook a turkey in the ground, which honestly sounds like a fabulous idea, but as it turns out,
really?
It should have worked. But unfortunately, it get kind of overcooked, just a smidge. A smidge, like we took it out of the ground and somebody touched it and it just disintegrated. Like went poof. Oh yeah, and it rained, like it poured on our campsite. It was horrible. So we ended up driving to a gas station and buying deli chicken sandwiches. From a gas station, yeah, pre-made. It was fabulous, it was great. So I just want to say thanks for that Thanksgiving, Mom. Love you.
Well, I'm gonna guarantee if you make this turkey, you can't screw it up. I promise. So, it is very simple. It's really like 3 ingredients plus salt and pepper. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you some basics on making a turkey so you don't screw it up. Number 1, if you're a first-time turkey baker ever. The first thing is you have to thaw your turkey. Now sometimes this turkey is 14 pounds. It takes maybe 3 days in the fridge or longer to thaw it completely, but you want it thawed completely or the temperature's gonna be off.
So you're telling me I have to thaw it in the fridge? I can't just throw it in the sink and let it sit there for 3 days?
That would give you salmonella.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
The second thing that can screw up your turkey very easily is in the turkey, there's some goodies.
Extras.
The beer butt, where we're gonna put our beer, has a bag of giblets. And have you ever had fried giblets?
You know, I have not had fried giblets.
They're delicious, they're really good. If that's something you want to experiment with someday, they're just like eating liver or one of those
Right.
like organ meats that are really, really good for you. So I recommend trying that sometime. But one of the turkey no-nos is forgetting to pull out the giblets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just gotta reach within and make sure everything's gone. There's some chunk right. The other thing you want to check when you are looking at turkey, once you move out the giblets, is to check the head part to see if there is a neck, because sometimes the turkeys have a neck in there, and a lot of people forget to check have to. This turkey did not have a neck.
Ah,
So
poor turkey.
no problem there. All right, guys, now here is the simple part of making the turkey. You have this ingredient. This is just McCormick's poultry seasoning. And I usually get this little one. It's the like ½ ounce bottle, and I use the whole entire bottle. So just get one of these. So, or a ½ ounce of any kind of seasoning that you like. Just notice if your seasoning has additional salt. Try to leave out maybe the salt that we're gonna add later. So that's the only thing you wanna watch for. But this is great because also it smells so good. For me, like cooking turkey with this poultry seasoning is what smells like Thanksgiving to me. So, and this is the easy part. Oh, and we don't rinse the turkey.
But you don't rinse the turkey?
We don't rinse the turkey.
But there's salmonella all on top of that turkey. I've heard that.
But you want to just put it in the oven that way and it will be cooked. That's why we cook meat. If you rinse the turkey, you have a better chance of getting salmonella all over your countertop.
Oh.
So don't rinse the turkey. And then the fun part. Just take your poultry seasoning and just start rubbing all over. Anywhere you can. Get in your little crevices there. And your big crevices there. And you're basically just gonna rub the whole entire turkey front and back. Now there is also controversy on do you do the turkey chest side up or chest side down? What do you think?
I would say that I like to do chest side down a lot of times and then like flip it just before I'm done so I can get that skin nice and crispy. That's usually how I approach it.
And why would you do it that way?
I would do it that way so that, you know, you've got a lot of yummy, tender juices that are gonna come from the backside of the turkey, right? Because the turkey back, much like the legs and the wings, is where you're gonna have a lot of the fat content. So that way, as the fat starts to render, it just seeps into the breast. And then it helps your chicken breast, and then it helps your turkey breast be nice and moist. Fat equals moisture.
And you can try it both ways. I normally cook it chest side up. With this recipe, you're not gonna have to worry about moisture in the breast of your turkey. I usually like to put it chest side up, and you don't have to worry so much about the moisture on that part because with the beer, it is basically gonna self-steam and self-moisturize itself. If you wanted to flip it, yeah, you're gonna get more of the drippings from the back and thighs of the turkey, which lend to a richer gravy too if you wanted to use what was at the bottom of it for gravy. So, got a little bit left. So I use this whole bottle. Just put on all of it anywhere you can. Also, you can pin your skin here so you can keep the moisture in if you have a toothpick or something like that. You want to try to keep a good seal right there. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. I've got about ½ a teaspoon of each here. Drop that into. So the inspiration for this beer butt turkey came from a student of mine that was from the South, and that's how they made their turkeys. And I was very fascinated with it. I heard of the beer butt chickens. Have you heard of those before?
Yes, I have heard
When
of
you
it,
can
yeah.
smoke them, or you put them on the grill, or put them in the oven with a beer can in the chicken. Well, we're using it with the turkey. We're gonna use about half of this can. So we're using a Foster's 24-ounce oil can.
It's Australian for beer, mate.
Go on over Devil's Tail, and then you've got to find a 444. At that point, though, you got to give them all your weight, because if you get on that well
JPS. Beer. Foster's Australian for beer.
And it's just what I've used for years because it's the bigger can, which fits better in the turkey and keeps a seal in there a little bit better. So going back to beer and keto. This whole 24-ounce can of Foster's is 21 grams of carbs. We are going to use half of the beer and it's only gonna sit in the can and basically steam. You might have some beer run off into the juices at the bottom, so if you're really concerned about your carb count, don't use the juices at the bottom for gravy.
Yeah, but even at that, it's gonna be a very small amount of carbs.
Right.
And I honestly wouldn't worry about it, especially, you know, it is Thanksgiving. Maybe it's okay to have a little bit of indulgence.
A little bit of wiggle.
Maybe.
But however you plan to do this, you can give this to someone that
Right. You
isn't
probably
having the
right. You
carbs.
probably have a relative who's not keto who might benefit from having some beer. In fact, you might benefit from them having some beer.
Probably.
It is, you know.
So you want to pour out about half the can, and then we're gonna put top side up so that it actually is sitting in half the can there. And you just stick that right into your turkey. It's very attractive. That is it, boys and girls. So once you have the turkey with the beer can in it, you're gonna make a tent of foil, which is basically 2 sheets of foil. And we're gonna tent this. It's gonna cook a majority of the time in the tent so that it retains the steam and the beer, and then we will take it off toward the end, and then it will brown, and we'll check the temperature. This is a 14-pound turkey. Normally you wanna do 15 to 20 minutes per pound. And we will show you what it looks like after we are done cooking it in the tent at 350 degrees. I'm so excited for my house to smell like turkey. All right.
I'm excited for your house to smell like turkey too. Oh, it smells so good in here right now.
I know, it smells good. All right. So our turkey's been in for half the time. We are estimating about 4 hours for a 14-pound-ish turkey. So it's been half the time. So after it's been cooked for half your 15 to 20 minutes per pound, you want to remove your tent. So we're going to take a look at what this looks like. Hot, hot.
So hot, hot, hot.
This is it. We are gonna put this back in the oven, just like this, with the can still in the... So it's gonna go in for about an hour and a half or so more, so that the skin can caramelize and crust there, but the moisture is already being captured inside, so we have got a moist bird. I know, I trust we have a moist bird here. So we'll see you in a couple hours.
All right, let's get at it.
Right.
May.
Turkey's done.
So turkey's done.
Smells so good. It
does.
Smells like Thanksgiving in the house.
Which is fantastic because, you know, it's Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah. So what we did is this was in the oven for approximately 4 hours as a 14-pound turkey. So you want to cook it 15 to 20 minutes per pound. We took the tent off halfway. The remaining time, look at how golden brown that turkey is. And we didn't have to do any basting.
None.
And you can kind of see like that the skin's like crispy looking. Can you hear
That
that?
sounds nice.
Yes. But we have to make sure that our meat is done. So this is how you're gonna check that your meat's done. When you pull it out and you think it's about done, when the time's about right, you're gonna take your meat thermometer and you're gonna plug it into the thigh. You wanna get into the thigh. That is where you're gonna check. And you wanna get it in there nice and deep, but you do not wanna touch the bone. When you're pulling it out of the oven, you want it at approximately like 165, 163, because we let it sit for about 15 minutes.
Right, we're gonna get a little bit of carryover heat, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And the goal is that we want this up to 170, and we are right there. So there you go.
Cool.
There you go. Awesome.
So now we can eat it?
Now we can eat it. So we're gonna
I just want to ask, where's Jay's turkey? Because that's enough for me.
He's not gonna have any turkey.
He's not gonna have any turkey?
Because
Aw.
it's my turkey. I cooked the turkey. So, what we're gonna do, imagine it's Thanksgiving, your family's waiting for the turkey, right?
Right.
This is what you're waiting for, is to make sure the turkey's done. So you wanna make sure to remove the can, which is still gonna be hot even after it's been sitting there. So have like some gloves. And again, if you're trying to avoid any of the beer in your drippings, just pull it out fairly carefully. It's gonna be very hot still. You see it's still steaming, right? All right, move that over there. Yeah. Yeah. And we are gonna check it out. Do you wanna try some of this turkey?
I would love to try some of this turkey.
All right. You want the fork?
Be more flavorful.
Oh no, you got juice.
Oops. I can't believe I let that happen.
All right, this is my beer butt turkey.
Yeah, there's some really good flavor in there. Obviously, my piece was extremely moist. How was yours?
Good. Good. You gotta watch your time though. So as you get closer to that 4-hour mark, or when you think that it's gonna be closer to the 15-minute mark, because again, you wanna cook 15 to 20, so check at your 15 minutes per pound mark and check your temperature to see if you're at the 165. If you're already at like 170, you're gonna get a little overcooked, so you gotta watch out for that. So you wanna pull it out before it's 170, and it's delicious.
You know what? That was really, really good. I'm really looking forward to cutting this bird up, and we're gonna have some mashed turnips that we made with this too. Made a little gravy right here.
Yeah,
right?
tell us about the gravy.
So, you know, we had the leftover liquid from the mashed turnips, and all I did was I just reduced those down, right? Remember, we started that with like 4 cups of chicken bone broth,
broth,
right? And about 1.5 cups of water that we added additionally. And we let that reduce down to about 1/2 cup. So we reduced it down for quite a while. I added in a little bit of salt and pepper and about 1 cup of the drippings from our turkey. And brine that back up to a boil, added a little bit, so we added a little bit of xanthan gum, but 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Tiny bit.
Right?
Xanthan gum,
It
a little bit goes a long way. Yeah.
long way. And you can see that this is thickened up quite nicely. And so we just brought that to a boil, and then turned off the heat, and just use, as soon as it starts to cool, that xanthan gum will start thickening up your gravy. And I'm gonna tell you, this is packed full of flavor.
It's amazingly, like, I'm trying to figure out where all the flavor comes from, and I think part of it, like the turnip, kind of lent to that a little bit.
Yeah, right. So I think all the flavor from the turnip really kind of comes through in there really well. It's got a nice earthy flavor for that gravy. And then just, you know, reducing that bone broth down though, 4 cups to 1/2 cup, that really concentrates a lot of flavor. And then the 1.5 cups or cup roughly of the turkey drippings just set this off.
Delicious. And this is going to be delicious on a plate with our mash.
Show me the potatoes.
So Not wait. This is going to be a wonderful start to our Thanksgiving. And
So I know that around this time of year, it's going to be a little hard for large gatherings of family. And Brian, I think you're family. You're my family.
yeah, you're my family too. That's beautiful.
So we're gonna celebrate. we're gonna celebrate our friend Thanksgiving with our beautiful turkey and mash and this lovely gravy that we came up with.
Yeah,
on the
that was
spot.
just a happiest accident right there, right?
I know.
Yeah.
But again, if you have never made a turkey in your life, if this is your first time, you can't go wrong with this one. Your friends and family are gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving. And please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Right. You want to make sure that you get all of our wonderful, great tasting, super keto alchemy recipes.
And if you have a keto recipe that you're doing this Thanksgiving, let us know down in the comments. We'd love to share that going forward.
Awesome.
All right. Happy
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants some turkey? Who wants some turkey? Do you want some turkey? What?
Morty.